So welcome back to another episode of FIFA 20 is Broken. Today we are taking a look at more fails, funny moments, and other cool things you guys have sent in that are happening to your games. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. We're going to have a good laugh again, and I hope you do enjoy it. And if you do enjoy the video, please leave a thumbs up for me because it always helps. And if you are new to the channel and you want to know all the latest FIFA 20 news, updates, and content like this, make sure you subscribe today so you don't miss any. If you see anything weird happening in your game, make sure you send it in. You can send it to me on Twitter or Instagram. I can't guarantee that I'll get everyone's responses because there's hundreds of people that send stuff in for this series, but you might be lucky and it's worth a try. And please don't take it personal if I can't reply. So FIFA 20 career mode is the gift that keeps on giving. Every day we find something new with this game that's an issue. But did you know that you can unlock this new feature with your manager where he actually decides to stand up instead of sit down during press conferences in career mode? As you can see, this image was sent in by Carson's, and his manager has decided that he doesn't want to sit down today. He wants to stand up while answering questions. You can see you can still answer questions. You know, the questions come up, but your manager has decided to stand, and the cameraman is not even paying attention as well because he's filming the stomach instead of like raising the camera up to his face. So this is a weird scenario. I have seen this a couple of times since the game came out. In all seriousness though, how does this even happen? Like, how does the guy decide not to sit down, you know? I don't know, EA, man. You got to fix this one as well, I guess. So there's something weird going on in Ultimate Team, and I was playing a squad battles match, and I noticed that I had two managers for one team, and this was obviously my team in the squad battles. I had a generic guy, the Prince William lookalike, plus Chris Wilder, who was my manager for my team at the time. Now, take a look at this clip. You can see that there's two managers standing there just doing nothing. You know, they're both imitating each other, and one is behind the other one. This is like that career mode bug where one guy stands behind the other one in the match preview, but this is just ridiculous because we've got two managers on one side and no manager on the other side. So this is the opposition manager coming to take over my team as well. It's a little bit weird. I'm not sure what the hell was going on when I was playing, and you can actually see them on your screen as you're playing the match. You can see two managers in your box just acting like they're your coach for your team, which is a little weird. Here's another photo of the issue, as you can see, up close with Prince William and his friend there. And maybe some of you guys haven't even noticed. So next time you play, check your sidelines. You might have two managers on one side. Now, we all know the news tiles in career mode are absolutely broken. Each story has something wrong with it. And I think there's no point in actually having it in the game if everything is going to be fake news. And this is another example of fake news. I don't know who the journalists are, but they need to go and find another degree because they can't write articles for crap. So this one was sent in by Emran, and he goes, check out this news article. FC Barcelona beat rivals Atletico Madrid. The FC Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid clash did not disappoint, as FC Barcelona came out on top with a 462-413 win over their bitter rivals. Now, I really don't have any explanation as to how this can even happen. I mean, you have to play a very, very long match for this to actually happen, or you have to sit there with two controllers and just go back and forth scoring goals on beginner difficulty. That's my only explanation that I can come up with for a 462-413 win. Not even a basketball match would reach this, not even a rugby league match would reach this. I just don't know how they got their numbers. Where did they get these numbers from, man? It just doesn't make sense. So there's this new feature in FIFA where the players can actually go out to the pub the night before and then show up and play the match. Now, if you don't laugh with this clip, you're never going to laugh. This one was sent in by Ray, and it's basically everything looks normal until. And what I mean by that is everything looks normal in this replay until you see the guys start acting a little bit drunk, like he had too many drinks the night before, controls the ball nicely, passes it nicely, and then something goes completely wrong. I don't know what he's trying to do there, maybe some sort of dance move that he pulled off the night before or something, but that is definitely not normal, and he's doing it for like 30 seconds. Like, this is not a 2-second thing. This is like going on for like 30, 40 seconds, and as you can see, he just lost all bearings. I don't know what he's doing, man. A slippery floor, maybe? He just doesn't know where he is, man. He's pulling them moves from the night before. What is he doing there? I don't know how many drinks this guy had, but get this guy a breath test because he definitely should not be on a football pitch at the moment. And how is he going to recover from this? I do not know. This is a very long... I don't even know what he's doing. A dance? What is he doing? Look, this goes for about a minute. I'm not even joking. The instant replay, everyone is playing around him. You can see the defenders on the other team just, you know, in position. There you go. The guy's dribbling past him. He's still spasming out. And then let's see how he recovers here. Still pulling them moves. Oh, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, now I'm back to normal. So we're back on career mode with another issue. Pulse Gaming sent me this one, and basically the news article where they have like the photos, you know, the tiles, they got it wrong and they've used the wrong manager in the press conference setting. He goes, they've used this sort of Prince William character and the club logos are blurred out as well. They got like a yellow thing covering them. And then if you go on to the edit manager thing, you can see that that's what his manager looks like. But then when he backs out, they have this totally different guy doing the manager interview. And as you can see in the article, when he opens it up, it's got his name, like his his manager name, Hernandez. And, it's the wrong manager. Like, where did they get this guy from, man? It's always the invasion of the Prince William avatar. I don't understand. Even in FIFA 19, this guy was everywhere. So we have to introduce a new segment today. Linesman gets it wrong. This one was sent in by Kelvs. And pretty much, the ball is about to go out for a throw-in. As you can see, he's pretty close to the sideline. And what happens next is that the player actually touches the ball with the foot. The guy in the Galatasaray uniform touches it with his foot. And I don't know if it's clipping or anything like that, but it's definitely not registering in the game. It's obviously gone through his foot, so, this would be a throw-in for the Spurs team. But in fact, the guy that actually kicks it out picks the ball up and is able to take a throw-in. So the linesman, I don't know what he was watching, but obviously that ball went straight through his foot, which means he definitely touched it. I reckon because of clipping or something, it didn't really register. Who knows anymore, but that's definitely a Spurs throw-in. So this one was sent in by Wizzy, and it looks like the club crest turning yellow is an issue for more than one person, because this is a news article, and as you can see, it's about Timo Werner, and there's no image for Werner underneath the article, and there's also a club logo that is yellow. It doesn't represent anything. So this must be like the placeholder logo or the generic logo or something when things go wrong. And this is not the first time this episode we've actually seen this logo. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but looks like it's a bigger issue than what I originally thought. But second off, we have another thing sent in by Wizzy, and this one is a bit of a story. So it starts off with this article, and it says, Zinchenko speculation continues. Since Zinchenko turned around and told Borussia Mönchengladbach, this is the club he's managing, that he wouldn't be signing the contract extension he had been offered, fans and scribes alike have been wondering what happens next. Will the player remain with the club, or might he force them into a sale? On the flip side, the club may choose to offload the player rather than have him harm morale, should that prove to be the case between now and then. It ends off by saying, either way, watch this space for further updates. And you definitely don't want to be watching this space for further updates, because this article is fake news. Wizzy goes, now if I had signed Zinchenko, this report could be appropriate or accurate, but I didn't sign Zinchenko. He hasn't got him on a transfer, he's only got him on a loan. So if you take a look at this clip, this is where he goes into the squad hub, and he shows us that Zinchenko is actually a loan player. As you can see, it says on loan. So he hasn't actually got him in his team as a transferred player. It's just a temporary loan. So the article was saying that, he's a Mönchengladbach player. They refused a contract renewal with the club. And that doesn't make sense because he's not really a player. He's just there on loan. And then he goes, it doesn't end there. He gets another email from the board that says, greetings, since you haven't been successful in renewing Zinchenko's contract agreement, he has now become available to sign on a free transfer to anyone who has an interest in him. We recommend you avoid a situation in which we won't cash in on his departure by renewing his contract. So basically the board is telling him to renew the contract, but this guy is a loan player, so technically you can't do anything. And Wizzy goes, I honestly don't know what to say or do. And to be honest, there's really not much you can do, man. The game has just stuffed up completely your situation and thinks that Zinchenko is your player when he's not. So this one was sent in by Walter, and he actually played a Premier League match in career mode on Christmas Day. Now, usually in the real world, I don't think there's too many football games on at Christmas. I think there used to be. I'll talk about that really soon. But yeah, he had to play a game against Brighton, as you can see on the calendar, 25th of December 2022. They won the match at least. A bit unfair on the players, but I think a Christmas Day Premier League schedule could have been pretty sick to watch, on the day, but it's a bit unfair on the players that have to give up their time. I think the last Christmas Day match was 51 years ago, and that was a tradition that came to an end in 1965. So it says 51 years ago this weekend, a long-standing football tradition came to an end. The last ever English League match played on Christmas Day was staged that year, after Blackpool beat Blackburn Rovers 4-2 on December 25th, 1965. So yeah, apparently in terms of English football, they haven't played a Christmas Day match in over 50 years, but career mode doesn't care. They'll take the players out. They'll send them out to play on Christmas Day. They don't really care about, players giving up their time. They'll throw them out there and they'll have to play. So you might get a chance to play on Christmas Day in career mode. You just have to see your calendar and see if it lines up. So in career mode, it is possible to have an invisible trophy during the trophy celebrations. This photo was sent in by 6_CEMM_6. Not sure how to pronounce that. Take a look at the image he supplied. It's definitely a trophy celebration. You can see confetti hitting the grass. Oblak is lifting some sort of trophy, but no one can see it because it is invisible. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's definitely a little bit broken. So there's a few lucky FIFA 20 players out there that actually are playing FIFA 21 career mode. If you didn't know, EA has installed FIFA 21 career mode in certain FIFA 20 games where they've eliminated all the issues, all the bugs, and it's a perfect game mode. So Jesse was actually one of the lucky ones. He actually sent me this clip, and as you can see, EA has eliminated all of the broken things and left us with 5 tabs. I mean, I feel like I'm looking at career mode's future where the game mode just doesn't exist anymore and EA just leaves us with 5 tabs and everyone is forced to play Ultimate Team. That's what it feels like when I look at this clip, but I was actually joking around. This is not FIFA 21. It's definitely a bug where everything disappears except the tabs in career mode. If you need something else to watch, make sure you hit the card in the middle. It'll take you to another FIFA 20 video of mine. I'll see you next time.